Ottawa is Canada's capital in the east of southern Ontario, near the city of Montreal and the U.S. border. The fourth largest urban region in Canada, it includes over 1.4 million people, 66% of whom live in Ottawa and the rest in neighboring municipalities, including Gatineau, located across the Ottawa River in Quebec. Ottawa is the perfect place to soak up national and regional cultures. Parliament Hill, the seat of Canada's federal government, welcomes visitors on free tours of its historic buildings. 7 of Canada's 9 national museums immerse you in Canadian history, art, war, aviation, science, and more. Ten great Ontario souvenir ideas. Ontario Parks merchandise. Ontario ice wine. Amethyst from Superior Country. Major League Sports apparel. Collector coins from the Royal Canadian Mint. Maple syrup. Indigenous made crafts and art. Customized canoe paddle from the Paddle Shop. You can also use some of the scooters to tour around the area, which is more faster than walking.
Yay!
Unbelievable fact.
Living in Ottawa also means that you will be living in the second cleanest city in Canada and the third cleanest city in the world. The Centre Block French Defense du Centre is the main building of the Canadian Parliamentary Complex on Parliament Hill in Ottawa, Ontario, containing the House of Commons and Senate chambers, as well as the offices of a number of members of Parliament, senators, and senior administration for both legislative. Every year, we welcome about 350,000 visitors to Parliament Hill, where we introduce them to the Parliament buildings and more. Canada is a multicultural country. Canadians come from a vast range of nations, races, religions, and heritage. This multicultural diversity comes from centuries of immigration. The Centennial Flame French Flamme du Centenaire is a monument on Parliament Hill commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Canadian Confederation, an eternal flame that never goes out. It has become a symbol of Canada and a gathering place for visitors to Parliament Hill. Each province and territory that was part of Canada in 1967 is represented around the Centennial Flame. The flame is fueled by natural gas and surrounded by a fountain whose ledge contains the shields of Canada's 13 provinces and territories. Nunavut was originally absent as it was not created until 1999. About the West Block, it now hosts Canada's members of Parliament in its interim House of Commons chamber. The chamber is a soaring, glass-roofed structure built into the central courtyard at the heart of the building. Originally built to house the offices of senators and members of parliament, the East Block held the offices of Sir John A. Macdonald and Sir George Tien Cartier. Today, it still houses the offices of senators and their staff. Parliament Hill is home to Canada's federal government, where representatives from across Canada gather to make laws that affect the lives of every Canadian. It is also much more. A place to meet, a place to celebrate, and a place to visit. Parliament Hill is the symbolic heart of our nation. Fire truck in the Parliament Hills area are sometimes visible.
Unbelievable fact.
Ottawa is built on unceded Anishinaabe Algonquin territory. The peoples of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation have lived on this territory for millennia. Their culture and presence have nurtured and continue to nurture this land. Queen Victoria chose Ottawa as Canada's capital in 1857 as it was a defensible location situated on the border between Quebec and Ontario, the two provinces making up the country at the time. The city is home to Parliament Hill, the meeting place of Canada's House of Commons and Senate. Muskegon was the French spelling of the Ottawa Indian name, meaning marshy river, and that it was well named will be shown later. It retained this same spelling of the name even after the present county was established as a township of Ottawa County. Historically, the Anishinaabe Algonquin people controlled the trade of the river, and it was a primary highway through their territory. In Anishinaabe, the Ottawa River is known as the Kitchi-Sibi, which translates to the Great River or La Grande Riviere. There are over 900 lakes and 4 major river systems in the Ottawa Valley. Ottawa itself is at the confluence of 3 rivers. These are the Ottawa, Gatineau, and Rideau rivers. E. coli is not a concern in the Ottawa and Mississippi rivers. Increasing levels of E. coli are seen in the Rideau River with distance downstream. The grounds of Parliament Hill are home to more than 20 bronze statues and monuments. The grounds are also home to the Canadian Police and Peace Officers Memorial. The first statue was of Sir George Tien Cartier in 1885. The 9-hectare, 22-acre area, which the National Capital Commission maintains, is named by the Parliament of Canada Act as Parliament Hill and is defined as resting between the Ottawa River to the north, the Rideau Canal and the Colonel by Valley to the east, Wellington Street to the south, hill, which is 98 meters 3 to 2 feet high, is notable for its views of the capital's skyline. Police visibility creates a feeling of security on the part of the law-abiding citizen, a feeling of confidence that the policemen are available to respond when called upon at any situation, and a feeling of fear on the part of the would-be violators. Parking is not available on Parliament Hill. However, many public and municipal parking lots are located nearby. Indoor parking is available at the World Exchange Plaza located at 45 O'Connor Street. Discover the Capital one-day hop-on hop-off or a two-day hop-on hop-off. Exciting daily departures from AM to PM during low season. Hop aboard one of our authentic London-style double-decker buses for a one-day or two-day guided city tour. Ottawa is home to an amazing 29 museums, including 12 significant national museums, as well as the National Gallery link is external, the National Arts Centre link is external, and many historic sites. As members of the Canadian Elite Basketball League (CEBL), the Ottawa Blackjacks play against teams from across the country from May to August. Ottawa's slogan for tourism is Canada in one city. Ottawa tells the story of Canada. It is a city that is historic, cultural, thriving, and home to endless things to enjoy. From ice skating down the Rideau Canal to exploring museums or taking in a spectacular light show at Parliament Hill, you will be spoiled for choice during your visit. Ottawa and its surrounding areas boast many beautiful locations and scenery. Fall is one of the most beautiful times of year in Ontario, and you may be looking for a fun way to enjoy the scenery with your family. Ottawa National Wildlife Refuge offers numerous hunting opportunities. Public hunting for waterfowl and deer is available at the refuge's Metzger Marsh Unit, which is adjacent to the Metzger Marsh State Wildlife Area. What did you notice in this clip? Just comment and let's see how aware of your surroundings.